Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. This is Rocky in Chester as we looked at today's headlines for Tuesday 20th December in the world of Fantasy Premier League. The time is 1:19, nearly 20 past 1, and our main headlines today. We look forward to 4 Premier League fixtures with Crystal Palace versus Norwich, Southampton versus Spurs, Watford versus West Ham, and Leicester versus Liverpool. All of these showing on Amazon Prime. And following that, 2 games on Wednesday and then 2 games on Thursday. The main headlines today: FPL site crashes on Boxing Day. Some people find it hilarious, others, like myself, less so. Arsenal game postponed. Is DCL now an asset? Back in the Everton squad, potentially. And I proved that I haven't learned anything by making another last-minute transfer. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to be selfish and going to go ahead with making my transfer. Like many of us in the FPL community, I played my free hit for the last game week, scoring a mediocre 46 points, scoring about 10 points more than my previous team. I went a bit maverick, going for Fernandes, and like many of us, capping Ronaldo. The site crash, the server crash from FPL Towers did hit me, as I did plan to play Jorginho over Broja. Honest, although I will get little to no sympathy for that. My transfers this week, I've been discussing with a few of you in the Twitter FPL community. I'm going between a -8 or actually just to use my free transfer, and I'm going to go Dullard. I'm removing Lacazette for now back in form Mikel Antonio for West Ham. So I'm going to make that transfer now, and I make that at 1:21 now. Okay. Make sure I actually get Antonio playing. Basuma will be my only potentially playing sub. And we're done. Captain locked in on Salah and Vice on Cancelo. Ordinarily I might go for TAA as my Vice. However, with the COVID uncertainty, I think the best shout is to do it on a player from a different game. So, back to the headlines today. So, FPL site crashes on Boxing Day. I'm sure many of you have been affected. I was personally. I was round at my in-laws with my transfers all lined up, having not played the free hit until 25 past. That's when I got the no response. And luckily, I was able to play my free hit by clicking refresh. Able to play the free hit, but as I mentioned, unable to work out and reshuffle my bench, which was a big shame. And but I was able to give the armband to Ronaldo. But maybe it would have been better if it had defaulted to Lacazette or whoever. I think there's been a few mixed reactions to the site going down, from people finding it quite funny, people blaming the users, and others saying that they might sue Fantasy Premier League. I think they're both extremes. I'd go in the middle. I'd say if the deadline isn't going to finish until 1:30, it should be possible to make transfers until 1:30. I appreciate it's a free game. However, there is lots of advertising. There's a lot of money involved in the Premier League, as we all know. So I think it's a bit of a cop-out. I think the biggest disappointment was the fact that no one actually from Fantasy Premier League issued an acknowledgement, potentially an apology. I think that's all probably people wanted, but I know it has divided the FPL community. On to the next. Arsenal game postponed. I know that's been a big deal to us. A lot of people cashing in, buying the likes of Martinelli, the fullbacks for Arsenal, Ben White, Lacazette, Saka, some great players in form, Smith Rowe. Although my free hit was a disappointment, at least it was just a free hit. So I myself went for three Arsenal players and got away with it, in that it's just a free hit. However, my team did have 3 Arsenal players in: Emil Smith Rowe, Ben White, and Lacazette. As you've just seen, I've got rid of Lacazette for Antonio, hoping that transfer pays off. And then finally, is Dominic Calvert-Lewin now a target again? Is he on our watch list? I think definitely on the watch list. However, as many of us will know who had him for the early games of the season, Great start, 3 goals in 3 games. He's actually been out ever since then. Rumours of him actually not only being in the squad, but starting. At least he's got a couple more days to recover. But for me, that's a wait and see. And yeah, I think that wraps up everything today on FPL news. Hope you like the video. I'll keep them coming thick and fast over the holiday period. Good luck with Game Week 20. Take care and see you soon.